Hi, this is Phil Hinton and welcome to an exclusive video on avforums.tv. In this episode we travel to the Porsche driving experience to see the new DILA projectors from JVC, the DLA-HD550 and DLA-HD950. These new machines were unveiled to the UK press back in August, and both models will ultimately replace the current range, and each has new features, with the 950 now adding ISF C3 access, and also a high-end HD990 is also due later in the year. So what can we expect when the 550 and 950 are released at the end of September? Steve Carter gives us the lowdown.
So the purpose of today is to launch two new projectors, the DLA-HD550 and the DLA-HD950. The main point difference of these two new models over and above last year's models is the fact that we've now got our new clear motion drive technology built into the projectors. So really for the clear motion drive technology, this is for consumers that are using things like broadcast TV, maybe Sky HD, watch a lot of DVD, and they might have some issues with judder or blurring effects on their content. So this addresses that issue basically. If you're using it, however, with something like Blu-ray, and the main thing about Blu-ray is that you've got 24p playback. So 24p playback is like the pinnacle of cinema, so to speak. So the way we feel about it is, why mess with something already? So really it's for, as I said before, looking at broadcasts or DVD. The CMD works in this way. So if you think about it, an image is created by holding a frame. So you have your progressive image, and it's been held for 20 milliseconds. Now the human brain, the human eye, compensates for that straight away and believes, so if you're looking at a sporting event and you're watching football and the ball is moving from point A to point B, your brain has already calculated where that ball is going to be, like the sportsman has. And what then happens is, if the device or monitor has not got the capability of moving the image quick enough, what we then see is judder. So what we're now doing is, instead of holding the image for 20 milliseconds, we're now holding it for half that time of 10 milliseconds. So when you're watching 1080i 50 frame content, or maybe 576 50 frame, or 60 frame even, you will then have a lot smoother, cleaner image from those formats. So DLA-HD950, new features for this year: ISF accreditation, so ideal for custom installers and approved calibrators. And then we've also added CMD and screen adjust, so for different consumers that might have a white screen or a grey screen, they can use that feature built within the menu system to get the best out of their screen in conjunction with our projector. In other aspects, in terms of connectivity, pretty much stay the same. THX is still included in the 950 as well for this year. So THX is very, very important for us, and we're very, very proud to have that accreditation on our product. As before with the D750, it was our first projector with the THX setting on it. And once again with the D950 we have that option. So for consumers that straight out the box who want to have a more accurate representation of the colour gamut, they can just use the direct access button on our new remote control with the THX button and be able to get the optimum picture quality from the projector. But then at the same time they still have a CMS, so if they want to speak to an accredited calibrator, they can then come along and calibrate their projector to their environment, to their screen, etc., to make sure it is the best that it can be. So across the board it's an addition to and an upgrade of the 750. 350 is currently ongoing and 750 is currently ongoing, and just from natural progression they will be replaced by the 550 and the 950. So later on this year we'll have another new model, the DLA-HD990. So for the first time ever we'll have a lineup of 3 projectors. So we'll have a high-end model for the consumer. So we have found a way of even surpassing the 750, 950 technology. Most of it we have to keep under wraps, but the thing I can talk about is the fact that it will have a higher contrast ratio. So whereas before we had a native contrast ratio of 50,000 to 1 on the 750 and 950, and 30,000 to 1 on the 350 and 550, this will have a contrast ratio of 70,000 to 1, and obviously always being native. So in terms of other features, as I said before, I can't mention them now, but we're very excited about it, and it will be coming in approximately October, November time. So the new HD550 and 950 will be available in September, and the new HD990 will be available later on in the year, probably approximately October, November. And of course, we'll make sure that you guys at AV Forums will know as soon as possible. So here's a look at the new remote control, which is really great. The nice thing I like about it is the fact that now we have a direct access for your sources, whereas before you'd have to go through a menu system to select whether it's HDMI 1, 2 or PC input, etc. on the 950 or 750, definitely on the 750. And just below here we have the new Cinema 1 and 2, and in addition to that, Cinema 3, which is ideal for if the consumer's playing back things like game mode or, for instance, CGI animations. And all the other user presets for THX and if the unit has been calibrated. Other nice features are things like if you want to do a quick adjustment of maybe the colour, contrast, brightness, all those can be accessed by the picture adjustment button just below that as well. And as before, all our handsets have the option to be illuminated as well. So today it's not only just been about projectors. As part of JVC HD World, we've also been previewing our new monitors, our new soundbar technology with wireless speaker technology, and camcorders. So the new 32WX50, which is our 7mm thin, ultra slim monitor with colour correction, gamut options on the unit, and photo mode for Adobe and sRGB option, which is stunning. I must point out, sorry to say that, but there you go. And also the new GZHM400, which is our semi-pro camcorder with a native 10 megapixel device. So this can give us a native digital still of 9 megapixel, but at the same time record very, very high quality HD recording in AVC HD format at 24 megabits per second. So even in dual mode, you can do dual mode recording in full HD at the same time taking a digital still of 5 megapixels per second, 5 megapixels still, sorry. So it's a stunning camcorder, stunning monitor, and at the same time we have our X3BP1 Blu-ray player, which is currently available, but we've still highlighted again in partnership with our monitor technology that we have out there. But yes, it's for today. It's not just, as I said before, not just about the projectors, but also the whole HD World line.